There we go. Well, good morning, everyone. It's Jim here from Seekers Media, and pleased to welcome you with my colleague Stevie on a presentation this morning around sustaining the buzz. Now, a lot of us obviously were a part of this Live Local, Eat Local YXC campaign over this last month. And so we want to leave you with, now that you've got all this information, you've got this detail about, hey, how do we do more with digital and how do we do more with what we can do socially and what we can do digitally. The whole point of today's program is to leave you with some more tips and tricks around now that ability around sustaining the buzz and making things work for yourselves in what could be another round of interesting times. Just before the presentation, Lori and I were just speaking about, what could come down today in terms of Premier Horrigan's announcement. Obviously, a lot of us as entrepreneurs are nervous about what that could mean. But your time today and your time over this last month ideally has left you with some more tips and tricks on how to touch base with your customer without having them come through your front door. So the whole purpose of this workshop this morning is to further that conversation that you've had with Jeremy or with Stevie or myself around the art of digital, around the art of using social as the vehicle it is to build business, and certainly the opportunity that it is in order to continue to sustain the buzz. So let's dive into this and certainly appreciate it. We do have some time for questions and comments towards the end, and then we'll go from there. So in today's workshop, it's all about obviously the whole idea of what we call it 3 C's, the content, calendar, and community. So in our workshop today, we're talking about social media strategy around these 3 C's. So you'll learn today about further ideas around content generation. We're going to talk about a content calendar and what that means in terms of the ability you have to keep things on the move so that you don't have to wake up every morning thinking, oh man, what am I going to do today on this social thing? And then finally, community. A lot of you have obviously stepped to the line in terms of doing what was your first live, your first video through phones. Everyone did so amazing, and hats off to everyone participating, because we saw some really cool presentations and some really cool videos that obviously shared your story and obviously can help to further community around celebrating what's available within Ktunaxa, within Cranbrook, and within Kimberley. So again, today's strategy workshop is all about that. Let's learn about the 3 C's: content, calendar, and community. But first, we have to obviously put our hats off and raise our hands to our friends from the Ktunaxa Nation, the folks from CABDA, the City of Cranbrook. Big thanks to Darren and his team from the city for going to bat with the CBT and lining this all up for us. The Cranbrook Chamber, Helen and her team's promotional efforts, Christy and the team at Cranbrook Tourism, our friends from Kimberley, Daniel and Mr. Mayor in terms of their commitment and their support in making this happen for everyone. And of course, Sean and his team from Community Futures. And last but not least, our friends from Columbia Basin Trust, who obviously have continuing programs and continued opportunities for entrepreneurs within the region to really rise to this occasion right now. I'm seeing some really cool grants and some cool support that we'll touch on later from the CBT that you as entrepreneurs are going to want to watch for and continue to possibly sign up to. So what is this? What is going on here? And certainly what is the opportunity for you? We talked about this for those of you who joined us in the original workshop. We talked about what's happening, and this is a US slide, and I apologize for that, but Canada isn't too much different. In the last 3 months or the last 6 months over this whole pandemic situation, we've obviously seen an explosion of e-commerce. And those that are shopping online or those that are using social media or using digital media in order to find businesses like yourselves. So this slide here just gives you kind of an idea in terms of what we've seen from penetration in terms of the amount of households who are using digital solutions as their means for shopping and as their means for discovering businesses like yours. So if we look to what's happened just in this last couple of months, 10 years growth over 3 months in terms of the amount of people who are using online solutions in order to do their shopping. So we can't reinforce in terms of your time and energy that you've taken and the step that you've moved forward with in terms of your commitment to digital and your commitment in which to use the tools like social media, rely on friends like Cranbrook Tourism, rely on friends like the folks from Kimberley or from CABDA who have keys to doors you might not know exist. And we'll certainly talk a little bit about that more today in our presentation. Because at the end of the day, take a look at some of this success. Over this last month, we've worked together in which to see 30 live videos that have generated just about 80,000 views over this last month. That works out to be an average of over 2,000 views per 2,600 views each of your videos. And that obviously amounts to a huge reach and a huge response in terms of 58 or just about 60% of the businesses who participated in this have seen an over 5% increase in their business pretty much overnight. So really encouraging and really exciting when we take a look at these statistics. 26 or 25,000 engagements. Those are people who have liked, shared, clicked through. Those are people who have watched your videos. Those are people who are talking about the opportunities that Cranbrook entrepreneurs, Kimberley and Cabda or Ktunaxa entrepreneurs are offering in the community, and certainly as a huge vehicle in terms of like growing forward. You all have this really strong momentum now within the community in terms of celebrating your local entrepreneurs, your producers, and your creators as yourselves. This is all about sustaining that buzz and keeping this momentum moving. Stevie, you want to talk a little bit about some of the buzz that you've seen across some of these channels, you know, in terms of the work that through Festival Seekers or Eno, Cranbrook Tourism?
Yeah, that's right. So everyone who was involved in the festival, who showcased in the festival, they were also showcased on our Festival Seekers Facebook page, the Cranbrook Chamber of Commerce Facebook page, the Kimberley Chamber of Commerce, or the Cabda Facebook page, as well as we had Eno, which is East Kootenay News, in there as well, showcasing all of the participants involved. So anyone who went live really got further reach than just their main audience. They were getting that that festival experience where new eyes and ears were coming into their businesses. And for some people, you know, they were just starting out their business with this festival. This was their way to launch a new product or a new portion of their business, or just announce that, hey, we exist here in the Kootenays. Come shop with us, spend money with us, book into our experience. So it was really cool to see online the different community groups that were showcasing and getting involved here. For any of the foodie businesses that were showcasing, the East Kootenay Foodie and Friends Facebook page also took that video and put it up on their page and did some promotion there. If you're a foodie business, a restaurant, you know, a business that has any kind of food related products, definitely get in touch with the East Kootenay Foodie and Friends Facebook page and tap into that community, because it's a lot of people looking for delicious things to eat in locally made and locally sourced. So yeah, it was a lot on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook of just celebrating that there's local shopping to be done in the Kimberley, Ktunaxa, and Cranbrook area. Next slide, please, Jim. So we're going to just go over a couple of the videos and the live videos that were done. Now, everybody did a really phenomenal job. So I don't want anyone to think, oh, I'm not featured here, I must not have done a good job. No, everyone did a really phenomenal job. But we want to just feature a few of the videos here to give you some extra ideas if you want to go live again, or maybe you want to just do a video post or another kind of social media post. These are some things that worked really well. So the Hideout's a restaurant and brew house. A well-known spot in Cranbrook, and what Heidi did, and she's on the line here, you know, she took viewers on a tour of the restaurant and the brew house behind the scenes, let the audience see, you know, what's really going on into making this, you know, wonderful experience when you come in and dine in or when you order takeout. Introducing new merchandise as well. Heidi took the opportunity to let people know, hey, we've got this new merchandise that was just coming out, you know, to pay attention. This stuff is great to support local. It's great for Christmas presents, all that kind of thing. And then incentivizing that video share with a giveaway. So Heidi put in a very fun, very awesome giveaway there to incentivize people to share this video. And as soon as you get someone in your Facebook audience sharing your Facebook posts or on Twitter or on Instagram, you're reaching their entire audience. So that's basically doubling your audience with one share, one click of a button. So anytime you can incentivize someone sharing your content, that's going to be an extra help for spreading the word about your brand or whatever messaging you're wanting to get out there. Next slide, please, Jim.
And I'll just mention, Stevie, we're gonna share this deck with everyone who was able to join us live and those who RSVP'd for the link afterwards. In the deck that we'll share with you, you can click to watch the video, as you can see here as I point out with the pointer. So just as an FYI, there is hot links to this, and we will be sharing this deck afterwards. But yeah, it's pretty interesting in terms of the power and how things can grow once you get the right techniques. So yeah, Stevie, back over to you, please.
Yeah, very much so. I'll just piggyback on that. I know there's quite a few people that wanted to join today that can't. If you're getting this video replay after the fact, feel free to share this with your social media teams or your partners. I know quite a few people have multiple people working on their social media. So this is definitely something you can share with your social media team. So I wanted to highlight this one, gas bar here. It's 760 views. You might be like, oh, well, that's not as impressive as 22,000. In this case, and in many cases, it's not really about how many views you had, but how much of an impact your video made. So for the Acklam Trading gas bar, what they did is they used their live video to give viewers a unique look at Christmas gift ideas or just gift ideas in general that are local and are either sourced local or mean something to the owners. And they zoomed in, gave a close-up look so you could kind of get the feeling of shopping without actually having to step in there with foot traffic, so that you get that confidence. Okay, I'm going to go out in public and I'm going to go out and buy this awesome gift idea. And they used their live video as well to do a live draw for a giveaway that they had already put in place. Now, the gas bar is now implementing this strategy that they're going to be doing more live draws with their giveaway winners, because it's just a fun way to build community with their audience, so that when they're giving that ask, hey, buy this thing, there's a more engaged audience to act on that ask. Next slide, please, Jim. Send movement, great video here. Gave mega value to the viewer with a squat tutorial to get you ready for ski season. And it was something new, something that you wouldn't see at a regular, oh, this is how you do a squat. There was some nuances, specifics. As Send Movement using this to highlight classes that she offers and classes that you can book into the future. Now, she's sold out of classes, but this is still a great tool that she can use to encourage people to book in with what she has to offer and to share her video, because there's lots of value there. So if you're a skier and your friend's a skier and you go, hey, we're gonna crush ski season this year, you might see this video and go, oh man, I'm sharing this with my crew because we need to get our legs prepped for all the pow that's falling. Next slide, please, Jim. And Sinclair's Catering, another great value for the audience. Patrick did a great job of showing the audience how they can use his product, which is food, at home and plate it like a chef, so that you feel like you're getting that dining experience. And you might think, oh, well, I want customers coming into my shop, not just doing something at home. Well, this is something that is very shareable, very interesting, and something that is useful for a lot of people right now who are doing the takeout thing and maybe aren't dining in as often as they want to. But what Patrick's found is that a ton of people were then clicking through to his website going, oh, what else does he have to offer? Or asking him questions. He got, I think, 100 messages within a short amount of time being like, oh, what's this? Can I have this? Can I do this? Can I book this? So giving that value to your audience with a tutorial is a really great way to make your content something that is interesting to the audience and that they want to share. And again, he incentivized this video, sharing this video with a really awesome giveaway, incentivizing people to share your video. And it doesn't always have to be a giveaway, but that's just something that works really well. You can incentivize in a lot of different ways, just giving your audience a great reason to share your video. Next slide, please, Jim. And I'm going to actually pass it back to Jim, and Jim's going to go over this slide and number 1, and I'll come back in at content calendar number 2.
Right on, Stevie. So as we spoke, or as Stevie explained, in terms of the whole art of content generation, those 4 examples that we just gave you, obviously, they really rose to the occasion, as everyone did. but really in terms of zeroing in on how can I show something as opposed to telling something. And so a lot of the questions that we saw over this relationship with you all, really rose to the top in terms of what do I post? Some things around how do I find time to curate content? How do I reach out further? How do I generate or gain more engagement from my posts? And then obviously, setting up e-commerce and what can I do in terms of those aspects. So those are some of the things that came up over the last month in terms of a lot of the entrepreneurs or creator producers across Cranbrook, Ktunaxa, and Kimberley as we worked with each of you. So in these details, in the next slides, we'll answer these questions, but we'll start with content generation. Obviously, if you don't have content that people are going to resonate to or interested in, then what's the point? So you have this device and you have this thing in your hand in terms of this smartphone. And as you've learned over this experience with us, it gives you the ability to show and not tell. And so as we saw with Sinclair's Catering, or as we saw with Heidi in terms of showing off their food or showing off their merch, the Aquam Trading in terms of showing off that they have these moccasins or that they have all of these incredible aspects to their business, it really gives audiences something to attach their interest to. And what that means is that it will be shared, it will be obviously generated further. So we certainly challenge you, now that you have these tools and techniques, we're going to be watching to see, and certainly Cranbrook Tourism, the Chamber, Kimberley Chamber, CABDA, they're all going to be watching for you doing more videos and more opportunities to show what you know as an entrepreneur. Everybody has their passion, everybody has their why. So certainly celebrate that in showing, not telling. So taking new pictures of new developments, maybe you got some new products that came in this week, anything that's happening from a calendar situation. Maybe you're doing an online tutorial about something, or maybe you're going to show off, maybe you're going to do a fashion show and leading up to Christmas. Those are all really cool opportunities that what we hope you will do, and as Stevie will speak in terms of the community aspect, is you need to tell people ahead of time and build that base and build that audience, which is where we worked collectively with you to give you these tips and to give you those tricks. Record a short video of your highlight favorite item of the week. Follow a theme like Throwback Thursday. Now you can revisit the live that you did on Thursdays and say, hey, remember when we did this a couple of weeks ago? Or even sharing your colleague's video, or sharing another person's or another entrepreneur's video within the community. It just gives you more purpose and it gives you more opportunity to engage that audience in new ways. So really think about how can you take what you love to do and build it into some curiosity aspects around showcasing your new products, your new services, developments, and then giving folks a sneak peek on what's coming, or maybe some different things that you have that are on the go or coming up for 2021 or otherwise. So I challenge you to think about and to take away from this experience, what did I do in my life? What did I love showcasing? What do we have within our store or within our venue that we can continue to show? And again, it's not about telling. We don't need to be told anything else. So this is really hopefully what you're gaining from us, is us showing you a new path in which to promote yourself by generating the right content. And if you ever want to have a conversation with us or with any of your team here, whether it's the Chamber or whether it's Community Futures or whether it's CABDA, just reach out to these folks and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this series about X, Y, or Z. Have a conversation with them. I bet you they're going to be really keen to help you shape it. But not only that, once you do it, they're going to be there to help you promote it. So when you're thinking about this content generation, it's not only about showing product and opportunities, but also really call for those reviews and call for that opportunity for the audience in order to give you some feedback about how your business is doing. Ask for those comments, ask for those shares, and when you get them, do as this example is. Take a screenshot of that new Google review, or take a screenshot of that new Facebook review and shout it from the rooftops. Use that as a vehicle in order to help promote yourself by sharing your own reviews or what comments. Go through your list of what people said during your live, capture some of those screenshots and share them out. It's showing off the fact that people value your business and people really like what you're putting out there. Obviously, anything around Google Alerts, this is a really helpful tool, and this is an active link here that, again, we'll share with you after the presentation. Google Alerts is an amazing way in order to get every day a roundup of whatever it is that your particular business is involved in. So if you're a restaurant, there's an opportunity in order for unique restaurant ideas or unique menu ideas. If you're a store or retailer, there's unique aspects to whatever your brand or whatever your theme of your retail experience is all about. If you're into bikes, if you're into wellness, you can just Google up or put in Google Alerts for BC wellness tips or Canada wellness tips. And every day at 3 o'clock or whatever time you set it for, Google will send you a roundup of your theme in your inbox, which gives you a whole bunch more content to play with. Answer some frequently asked questions, just like we did here in terms of like rounding out what we're going to present today. We based this on what you had mentioned to us during this relationship. So you know what your customers or what your guests are asking. Use those as frequently asked questions and funnel those back into your content strategy. And finally, we're not all on an island, folks, and we hope that this Live Local, Eat Local YXC experience really opened your eyes in terms of what some of your neighbors and what some of your colleagues are doing. So don't be an island of one, be a collection of we. And what we hope to have shown you was that there are amazing opportunities in Kimberley, or there's some incredible Indigenous entrepreneurs out there, or some incredible innovators that are doing some great work in Cranbrook. Share that and share their videos, share their posts and updates on your pages as well, because it just creates that critical mass and it creates that opportunity for people to be reinforced around the collective that you have as a community, celebrating entrepreneurs, celebrating creators, and celebrating some unique producers. So Stevie, I'll let you sort of throw in some mix here about the whole idea of a content calendar, please.
Yeah, and this is one of the questions, Jeremy, who's not with us today, is we get the most often from people is, what do I do with a content calendar? Do I need one? What is it? All that kind of, what is a content calendar for? How do I make one happen for myself? So I'll be sending out, and most of you already have this, there's a few different content calendar templates that you can use. Most of you actually have them already, but I'll send that out with the workshop as well. But it can be very simple as taking your Google Calendar or a spreadsheet and just looking at it maybe a month ahead, 3 months ahead, a week ahead, depending on how confident you are in what's happening with the future with COVID right now. You might want to go week to week or month to month, but just sitting down and taking 15 minutes at the beginning of the month or the week and saying, okay, I want to promote this thing about my business. This post and this idea is how I'll go about that. So creating a daily, weekly, monthly calendar using an online theme is a really, really good aspect of a calendar creation. Looking ahead for holidays. So obviously Christmas season is coming up. That's a big one for retailers and businesses. And that's something you'll want to capitalize, probably want to start talking about now. If you have any special Christmas deals or Black Friday deals or anything like that you're going to be implementing, make sure you're letting your audience know about that early so that you have a build up to that critical launch of that deal or that offering that you're going to have. Decide what you want your audience to do before you decide what post you want to put out. So if you want your audience clicking on your website to join your e-news, then your post should be very much asking your audience to go to your e-news and telling them why your e-news is valuable to them. If you want your audience coming in, foot traffic into your shop, then let your audience know why it's important to come in person. I mean, Sweet Gestures has a great added value there where, if you come in, they give you a sample and you can try the delicious chocolates that they have to offer. So let your audience know why it's great to do the thing that you want them to do. Again, featuring items of the day or, like outfit of the day or doing the 12 days of Christmas or using hashtags or theme tags like Motivation Monday, Trivia Tuesday. Jim mentioned Throwback Thursday, Wacky Wednesday or Wild Wednesday. That's a fun one. putting in those themes to give your audience kind of a reason why you're sharing it and make it topical for them can help with that engagement and reaching people. And if you're putting out something fun and shareable, that is a free, easy way to grow your audience, especially on Facebook or Twitter. Or, Instagram works as well, but on Facebook and Twitter, when you have something that's shareable, you tend to get more followers. For Facebook especially, if you're putting out just a fun post, a joke, ski fails is something we do on Snow Seekers sometimes, or there's something that will make somebody laugh, that's more likely to get shared to their friends or get their friends tagged in your post. And then the more people that like your post, the more people you can invite to like your page, so that when you're ready to sell them something, you have that audience there already. Next slide, please, Jim. So content calendar, some helpful tools. Facebook Creator Studio is a really great tool for Facebook and Instagram heavy businesses. It's a free tool, and if you have a Facebook business account, which you do, you have Facebook Creator Studio already, you just probably don't know it. It's a lot like Ads Manager, where it takes you to a different looking platform, but it's all connected to your Facebook. And the beauty of Facebook Creator Studio is you can schedule Facebook and Instagram posts. You can track your messages from those platforms, and you can also track and comment back to comments and engagements with your posts. It'll also let you go in back to posts from years ago. You could search a keyword, maybe Christmas 2018, and you could find your post from 2018, and if there's some posts in there that you want to rehash or you think might inspire you for this year, then you have some easy content right there ready to go. Another tool that a lot of people like to use is Hootsuite. It's a paid feature for most people, but it's also a really great tool to reach the Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook all in one place. Next slide, please, Jim. So community building. Now, pretty pictures and inspirational quotes and all that kind of thing, those are great. Those are great content. But if you're not building community, that content is going out to nobody, and no one will see it, and no one will click through to your website or come in and shop with you. You want to be building community, not just putting out posts. So save yourself some time and buddy up. That's my best tip for making this time-consuming parts of marketing a little less time-consuming. So when you partner with somebody else, whether that's a business partner, a neighbor, a blogger, you partnered with Festival Seekers for the Live Local, Eat Local, Waxy Festival. So that was a partnership right there. By doing that, you're doubling your audience without having to double your time or put in the extra marketing dollars. So things you can do with somebody else, you could plan a co-giveaway, you can run a photo contest together, you could do a social media takeover. And what that is, let's use Instagram for an example. You and another business, you swap Instagrams for the day, and you let the audience know, hey, so-and-so, Heidi from The Hideout is taking over my Instagram today. And then you get to talk to their audience one-on-one. You get to reach everyone in their audience and say, hey, you should come check us out. This is what we have to offer. Those are really, really fun ways to increase your audience. And then again, swapping online reviews. So like going to your neighbor, or if you're part of a business group, or if you have a supplier or just somebody that you work with or know, say, hey, if I give you a review, can you give me a review? Let's swap reviews and keep building those reviews. If you put a review on Facebook, Google now picks that up too. So Facebook or Google or TripAdvisor, whatever you have as a platform that you can get reviews on, ask to swap reviews and keep building that so that the platforms know that you are a great business to promote. Next slide, please, Jim.
Yeah, before we do that, Stevie, I just want to just really kind of re-emphasize this whole reviews piece. And there's a reason it's highlighted. Obviously, at Seekers, being a digital media company, we study trends. One of the trends that's coming up into 2021 and beyond is the real value of reviews. And so we can't emphasize this enough in terms of constantly asking your audience to review you. Put it on your receipts, like literally put it on your receipt with your Facebook handle and say, hey, did you like your experience today? Give us a review on Facebook or on Google. A little bit of homework for everyone today. If you value your time with Festival Seekers, please go onto our Facebook page and throw us a review. We'll do the same for you in terms of providing a review of our experience with your business. So if you have a chance today or tomorrow, throw us a review on Facebook for Festival Seekers, and we'll do the same. Back over to you, Stevie.
Thanks, Jim. And if anyone's having trouble or doesn't want to do that right now, when we send out this slide deck and this replay, we'll send out a link to our Facebook, and if you want to leave us a review, we want to leave you one as well. So we'll make that happen. So second part of community building, this part is more time consuming, but is very useful and beneficial, especially when you're trying to target a local community. You're not looking for an international, whoever's on the internet kind of community. You're looking for locals to support you. So become part of the local scene. I just put a screenshot here of some Cranbrook centric Facebook groups. There's so many. If you just search Cranbrook in Facebook and go to Facebook groups, you will see a list of a ton of those. Try to join as many of those as you can that are within your niche. So if you're, selling gift ideas and you want to be joining entrepreneurial groups or, local groups that are looking to shop local. If you're a restaurateur, you want to be joining foodie groups, that kind of thing. So when you join and participate in these groups, you can turn the members of that audience into champions of your business or experience. So like you're building cheerleaders, but you're also just becoming part of the community in a more robust way. Rather than always asking people to come to your page to get the message out, you're actually bringing the message to where people are already hanging out. So join and participate in groups, and that means comment on other people's posts. Share content that's relevant. You don't want to spam them with every sale you have, but if there's something relevant to that group, you want to share that with them. If people are asking questions or advice and you're the expert in that field, definitely answer that question. Tell them about your expertise and offer to book a one-on-one with them, or offer to whatever it is that your expertise is, offer to bring that to the table for them. Answer questions and use your community hashtag. So there's a lot of community hashtags in the area that are really niche, but then there's also ones that just have to do with being local. So you can use the Live Local hashtag, you can use the Eat Local YXC hashtag. Rockies Exploring is a hashtag that's often used in the community. Explore BC, Visit Cranbrook, Coot Rocks, Kimberley BC, A Good Place to Be, Cabda, and there's many more hashtags. That use your community hashtags in your posts so that those can be linked to your community and they're very easily found. Next slide, please, Jim. And I believe we're going back to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Stevie. And obviously, in terms of these 3 C's around content, community, and calendars, ideally those tips leave you with some good things to go forward with. But we also want to recognize giants like Destination BC. So if you haven't had a chance to jump into their learning center, there's a hot link here that we'll share again in the deck. This will take you into some more opportunities in order to learn more about different aspects to building your business online. We can't emphasize this, the importance of this type of stuff more these days than ever. As we continue to look at this second wave or whatever's going to happen here this winter, having yourself set up with Google as far as for SEO, looking at how to manage your TripAdvisor or your presence on Hello BC, and then ultimately, building that sense of opportunity within social media. Those are all tools that Destination BC offers as well. And I wanted to bring everyone's attention to this. It just got announced yesterday, but if you haven't had a chance to jump on here, we'll share this link with you as well. DBC just offered a free digital academy, and that's launching in January for the next 8 weeks, where you'll see some more opportunities like you've experienced with us, but it'll go deep dive into particular aspects of the digital experience. So there's also one-on-one coaching available there. There's tutorials, there's audits of your website, SEO presence. And I would really strongly recommend that you get in on this today. These seats will fill fast. They had a first announcement of this past fall, and I think it filled up in 24 hours. So jump onto DBC's Digital Academy. If you don't want to wait for us to send you the link, just Google it up as DBC Digital Academy, and it'll come up right away. And jump on this link and sign up, because it'll be some really valuable takeaways that I know is going to further your online existence and provide you with more opportunities to build your business stronger. We can't forget sponsors and partners like Community Futures, East Kootenay. When's the last time you've had a chance to go in and talk with Sean? I know we recognize that, and we started this relationship. There's a lot of events that the folks at Community Futures offers, that are webinars and different opportunities to grow your business, take a look at what they're up to. Certainly jump into Helen's World and the team from Cranbrook Chamber of Commerce, or Daniel in Kimberley, or Janice and team at CABDA. They too have doors to your keys to doors you might not know exist. And finally, the CBT, as mentioned, they helped us in a big way to bring this forward to you. And the CBT, the Columbia Basin Trust, offers a ton of different grants, support, and programs that will help accelerate your business and keep you sustainable right now. That's the key to this. We all just got to keep doing what we're doing in these really challenging times, because it's just about getting through to the other side of this situation right now in terms of this COVID craziness. The last thing I want to leave you with today is just this whole concept around some of the community resources and grants that are out there. If you haven't had a chance to apply for this one yet, again, the link's going to be in this follow-up, but why not inquire? They're giving away 15 grand for you as a business. Pay for your e-commerce solution, pay for a new website, pay for a new social presence. There is an opportunity here through the BC government that is handing out dollars to support small business. And so if you've been affected by COVID and you've seen a business decline, this will ideally help get you further along, because they are handing out money in total of $15,000. If you're in the tourism space, you can add another $5,000 to $10,000 on top of the 15. So again, really look to some of these community resources to help you grow further. And certainly these partners cannot be understated in terms of the keys to doors that they have as well to support you. And so if you haven't had a chance to click in or to book in with one of these friends here, then highly recommended you do so. And again, we sincerely appreciate what they've done in order to help make the Live Local, Eat Local YXC Festival a success. So with that, we'll stop. If you have any questions, whether it's Jeremy that you've worked with over this last bit, whether it's Stevie who's generated some really great ideas with you over this relationship as well, please reach out to us. We're here for you in terms of further conversation around, your social and your digital, your content strategy. And again, we really appreciated the time and energy that you brought to us and the enlightenment that you gave us in terms of what you did in this really incredible experience. So with that, we'll open it up to you. Questions, comments? I'd love to hear from Heidi. I know Heidi's with us right now, and just putting you on the spot a little bit, but what's things been like since you went and did your first live?
Crazy. Yeah, it's been, we've had so many people, like whether I'm walking in the grocery store or the bank or whatever, people are coming up and going, oh my God, I saw your video. I never knew the basement, the brewery was down there. It was so cool to see the kitchen. So that's like nonstop between myself and Jordan and the staff. People are shopping.
Nice.
So that's been good, or saying that they saw the merchandise and they're going to come in and look at that. And yeah, our takeout, we had a surge on Friday, and so I think
cool to hear.
It's going to exponentially grow. It's been really phenomenal response. And I was telling Stevie, for Jordan and I, because we're completely non-Facebook users, like even personally, we don't actually know how to post, we're that bad, that you guys gave us lots of confidence and tips and how to figure it out and do this. So we're actually excited to do it again.
Sweet. Well, we'll be watching, because I'm sure you will be doing it again with that kind of response. Why wouldn't you?
I know, that's been crazy. We're like, oh my God, look at the numbers. Crazy.
Hey, Lori, what were some of your key takeaways? Thanks, Heidi.
Hi, sorry.
No stress.
Well, in our industry, we are very limited on what we can do. We can't promote our business. So that's been tough. So we really have to think out of the box. But again, when we have a video and we are inviting people into the store, our business is also wrapped around stigma. So when people can see what the store actually looks like, it motivates them to come back in and say, oh, it's not what I thought. So that really helps too.
Nice
So
one.
I think yeah, and Jeremy's been excellent at supporting us and giving us a lot of great ideas and how to work around our regulations. So thank you.
And those who don't know, Lori, what is your business?
Oh, it's Urso Naturals, and we have 2 locations in Kimberley and Fernie, and it's we're licensed for cannabis. We're a cannabis retailer.
And you see using some of these tips forward, you've gained some good insights in terms of how what the path could look like next for you?
Yes, actually, what we're going to be doing actually this Saturday, and Jeremy prompted us to do this, and again, we saw this in your presentation today, is to start interviewing our clients.
Cool.
And putting those on Google reviews and making, perhaps if they want to, be on a video and let us know what their experience is.
Nice.
So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, testimonials go in big ways. That's a really good play and a really good tack to take. People respond to each other, and obviously, you know, if you tell me and I tell you, and it just creates that buzz. So yeah, hats off to you. That's a great idea as well in terms of just generating testimonials from your own audience.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jim.
Right on. All right, folks. Well, with that, we'll leave you to the rest of your week here, and sincerely appreciate your time this morning and joining us. Thanks again to our friends from all our sponsors and partners in our Live Local Festival. We really look forward to watching what happens next within the community. We know there's a lot of momentum here, and certainly leading into Christmas season. We hope you all have a blockbuster next bunch of weeks and leading up to that. And again, thank you so much for the time and energy. Stevie, any last words?
No, just thank you, everyone, and congratulations, because it was pretty much everyone's first Facebook Live. So congratulations on doing it and stepping out and trying something new and building your business in a new way.
Right on, folks. Well, we'll see you online. You have yourselves a great rest of your day. And thanks again for your time and energy. Any questions, comments, you know where to find us. Ciao.
Thanks, Stevie.